Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Project Zomboid episode 111, which originally aired live on Twitch. Before we get started, I want to let you all know that this episode came from the finale stream, so there's only 5 hours left. Let's get started. Well, here we are at a bit of a landmark stream. This will be the end of the Ash Williams Project Zomboid series, this stream. I think what's going to end up happening is when there is a content update for Project Zomboid, we'll be back. But for now, we'll be moving on to new games. This, of course, was a result of a poll I put up on YouTube. And, well, that poll has concluded that nearly the majority wants me to stop and move on, with the minority split between two other options of either continuing Ash Williams or changing it up for some other type of series. Thanks for all these subs, Kamada, and Pineapple Pizza, and Glitch with the bits. Welcome all. So, as you may have noticed, the current project stuff, well, it's not true. Well, actually, I am going to do base maintenance briefly, but I have something planned for this stream, the farewell stream. And don't worry, it won't match the very sad music that you hear right now. I'm going to be doing something a little bit more interesting. So it is 1 p.m. and let's review all that Ash Williams has accomplished in the last nearly half year. I think this stream will mark about a half year. It really depends on how time progresses. We have killed by hand 3,600 zombies, 3,603, with the favorite weapon being a lead pipe, surprise to nobody. We survived for 5 months, 21 days, 4 hours so far. We have a very large warehouse base with a pretty decent amount of vehicles in our parking lot that we have commandeered, hijacked, or refit for our use. We have an outdoor garden and an indoor garden, a very wide selection of generators, all identical from one another, except for the fact that one is running and the others are not. Our indoor garden, I suppose we are never going to see broccoli, sadly. I don't think that is going to happen. Matt, thanks for the gifted subs, and welcome. Yeah, I found broccoli seeds a little bit too late in the game, and we're not likely to see this stuff sprout. And we converted the basement into a micro arcade, almost by accident. And then we have our expansive library, our guns and bullets. We have building materials and metalworking and electronics, which overflows on the floor often. We've got our lovely supply of fishing gear and ignitables. We've got clothing and tools and more tools and tailoring stuff. Quite successful, I would have to say, given the current situation of Kentucky. So, if you're wondering what I'm going to do this stream, I will give you a hint. The hint is pretty easy to establish, but essentially, there is something I have not shown in Project Zomboid, or in this series specifically, that others might want to see. So, I'm curious if anyone can guess. Plan to put the save out for us to download? Yes, I will put the save as it is now to download, because at the end of this stream, the save file won't, of course, be the same. That's just how it goes. Let's crack a beer. That'll be a good start to this stream. And, of course, we also have ample amounts of non-perishables, right? That would be the hallmark of this series. Is we have actually found probably, let's see, how many kilograms? 50, 20, 70, 110, 160, Where's the other boxes? 190. 210 kilograms of non-perishables. Not everything here is non-perishable. Of course, there's some vinegar or whatever. It's about 200 kilograms. I'll round down. 200 kilograms of things that we can eat, which is, for Zomboid, a truly absurd amount of nutrients. I mean, I don't really need to farm. I could live off that for months to come. The hidden army base? I'm curious if people... Well, I bet people would want me to go to the hidden army base. Yeah, we could do that. I was planning on doing a road trip. That was the TLDR. Because I know I don't have to back up and load the save all much more. I was going to pack everything up and go on a very long road trip. So, let's start packing. What I'm going to do is grab a lot of the non-perishables, especially the stuff that doesn't necessarily need cooking, because cooking on the road is a little difficult with, you know, the whole have to start a fire, heat water, etc., etc. It's a bit of a pain. So I'm going to grab all my rubby duckies, and then let's grab some of these coolers. These coolers are, of course, they are very efficient, large containers of water. They have a lot of water in them. They don't weigh too much. But what I want to do is I want to grab the ones that are full or fill them up myself. I think filling them up myself is going to be the... Oh no, the last one is full too. So it's 250 units of water at 5 kilos. It's pretty reasonable. And yes, a road trip in the middle of the winter. Actually, this is exactly when most people would be hitting the road. Well, for New Year's plans, it would be. It is December 27th. So, you know, road trip in the middle of the winter makes sense when you consider making New Year's plans. The other thing that we need to decide is what vehicle to take. This will be determined by trunk size and gas tank size. The Ranger vehicle, I think, is likely to be the winner, as it is, I think, in the best condition with a very large trunk. Yeah. Alright, the Ranger vehicle, we will take you. So let's drop off our water dispensers, and we're going to be loading up all the things that we might need for somewhat of a lengthy road trip. I suspect it's going to be a while. Alright, in the... Ooh, here's a bunch of garbage. Rubber duckies join me, of course, in my glove box. And let's get some of the required emergency vehicle maintenance equipment into the other truck. Just go to your local U-Haul dealer and rent a trailer. How about MVP? How about I hire some movers, especially movers that have been rated poorly on Google, Yelp, etc. They're probably the most responsible. I would definitely trust my my earthly possessions to you know, untrustworthy vehicle movers. This is a bit of an inside joke. MVP recently moved and did not go well, I think, is the TLDR. It went about as well as you could imagine. I've hired movers in the past. I was sharing a story with MVP about how years and years and years ago, when my grandmother died, my maternal grandmother, we packed up her house and we hired movers to move some of her more valuable furniture from where she lived to where we lived, which was about 500 miles or so. And the moving truck that we hired went under a too low overpass and sheared off its roof during a rainstorm, thereby raining liquid all over the nicer furniture that we wanted, or that my mom wanted specifically, and ruined it all. Waterlogged and water damaged literally everything that we had paid them to transport. Fortunately, in this instance, the furniture itself was insured, so it wasn't that much of a loss. but pretty typical of movers, I suspect. Most people do not have good stories about movers. They have the very opposite. What's funny is the net result of that was the furniture then was professionally restored because it was insured and they had to pay for the restorations because, yeah, they ruined it. And the funny thing is the furniture was actually made nicer than it was when my grandmother owned it. So they improved it by screwing it up. So thank you, movers, for failing so hard you succeed. Task failed successfully. All right, I am grabbing my machete. If I'm going on a bit of a road trip, I figure a machete might be fun to use. It's a rare item, so we don't have a lot of them. I also want to bring, I don't have a new... Okay, I'm definitely bringing my sledgehammer, no doubt. I worked so hard for this sledgehammer. So, let me update the current project. Pack for a road trip. How many weeks was it for the sledge? It was maybe like 80 hours or something. Of real life hours searching for this stupid sledge. The machete, of course, is equally rare. Hey, buddy. Because, you know, I've only found one. And I've only found one sledgehammer, so... Alright, what else are we going to put in here? I'm definitely going to want a lot of non-perishables, so we have about 80 kilos left to pack. I'm going to want non-perishables that I can eat on the road without having to prep too much. Let's see, generator. Which one's running? The one at 98% fuel? I have a hard time, or 95% fuel? Okay. It must be, but I have a hard time believing that is true. Pet the Yoda? Hey, buddy. How was breakfast? How was breakfast? He's a happy little puppy. So, let's go ahead and grab all of our antibiotics, just in case. The disinfectant, the splint, all the... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. All the sterilized bandages. I'll grab some of the vitamins, some of the full bottles. I don't need too many vitamins. Or I hope I don't. Let's see. Let's grab some painkillers. Another bottle of disinfectant. And the cotton balls. Sleeping tablets, just in case. Suture needles. And another beta blocker. Oh, maybe a full beta blocker. I have so many drugs. I am a walking repository of narcotics. More cotton balls. Okay, that's a pretty good medical supply amount there. What next? I think I am going to candy package and candy canes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Cereal, chocolate, coffee. I think you see the pattern here. Cupcakes, chips. Health food is not really my top. You know, not something I'm concerned so much about. Let's also bring the water bottles. I am definitely going to be littering. I'm probably almost certainly going to be just throwing water bottles all over the place whenever they're empty, and then only keeping a few. All right, well, I'm nice and encumbered now, so let me drop off what I have now and then go back for more. Yeah, feel free to ask me any questions about RimWorld, even though I'm not playing it. Ah, the transfer all. Lovely. Okay, my M9 pistol. So let's also get spare pistol rounds. I think that's going to be needed. Where I'm headed, what I'm doing, I'm gonna guess. And yes, I know it looks frozen. I'm just adjusting my screen so I can see more chat. I want to see you guys. Here we go. Alright, that wasn't all the food I'm going to grab, but we have a 9mm pistol. Let me think. So the box is 9mm, the shotgun shells. I'm also going to bring a shotgun with me. When I get to where I'm going, we're probably going to want one. I'm curious how many 9mm rounds make sense. Probably all of them. And we will grab a JS shotgun. Maybe the one that's been repaired. For all these bullets, is there... I think I have a spare backpack somewhere. Oh, we also had mentioned I need new boots, right? Because we put a hole in our last pair. So our sneakers go bye-bye. I'm not... yeah, so this hiking bag here, I'm going to stuff... let's rename this the gun bag. Ash's gun bag. Or bullet bag, more like, but... Alright, into the bullet bag goes the bullets. Just for carry weight, because the trunk is going to build up really fast. You were talking about... So this is about RimWorld. You were talking about daily schedules. Do you prefer do anything? Yes, I tend to prefer do anythings, but it really depends on the... It depends on how much micromanagement I want to imbue upon the pawns. I tend to schedule sleep, meditation, and then sort of do anything. It would often be better to go more granular than that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's something I actually do. I tend not to. Okay, so we have the gun bag. Another thing that I could do is stuff a lot of the non-perishables into a backpack of its own as well to save weight. Nesting things like that saves weight. I know, strange, but it just is the way it is. So, there's the gun bag. And it's 14 out of 22 kilos. So I could bring some more stuff, but we'll start a new one. Ash's food bag. And I'll put this one on the ground and stuff it full of the foods I want to bring. And I'm mostly bringing the stuff that I can eat raw, which I don't need can openers and won't depress me, because some foods come with depressing penalties, and I don't want to be needlessly unhappy. I'm also bringing the coffee. Because. Hey, Raptor Talon. 22 months. My goodness. Well, welcome, Rap. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'm also going to bring some of the pop. As hydration is going to be important. Speaking of which. Cheers. So to fully answer your question about RimWorld scheduling, I should just go straight to the bag. What I would do is leave it on anything, and then adjust it based upon pawns that seem to be particularly lazy or inactive or doing things that don't make sense. Just my 2 cents. All right, so the Ash's food bag is full, and I'll bring that to the truck, and then I'll bring the gun bag. I'm not probably going to fill the gun bag. I think all the 9mm rounds that I have, I am super not likely to fire them all. I'll probably die before I get all those rounds spent, so I'm not going to bring more ammo, because I might bring 1 spare 9mm gun, though. Or 2 of them, even, in case they fall apart. If you think of anything else that I have not yet packed, maybe a few books, a few reading materials. In case I get bored. And then a pop-up tent wouldn't be a terrible idea either. Maybe some spare cigarettes and lighting sources. More matches, more lighters. Stuff like that. So let's see. 9mm pistols. I'll bring the good one. I'm actually even getting hurt from moving all this stuff from place to place. So yeah, more lighters, more cigarettes, a few books. Oh, don't do that. Severe damage? Really? Was that necessary, Ash? Deuterin, thanks for the follow. Oh, whoops. That's not how to transfer all. So there's the gun bag. All squared away. Yeah, no matter where I go, I will find more cigarettes. That's probably true. Please check the car health before leaving. I plan on it. Although I've left a lot of my cars in really good working order on purpose. Let me see about something to eat, though. I just suddenly go, oh, well, here, ice cream. That's something to eat. We also have the small bird meat and potato stew that I could whip up, throw on the old stove there. All right, let's go ahead, grab some additional cigarettes and lighters. So I'll grab a few of the lighters that are full. Maybe a flashlight with some spare batteries. So 4 new lighters. That should be fine. And however many cigarettes this is. 38? Now let's go for a few more. 56 cigarettes. Of the 1,423 that I have left. Books are... Grab a few books. Ryan Zero, thanks for the resub as well. Nearly at that 1 year mark. I'm always honored to see when people sub up that high. What happened to my light source here? What the heck? Why is it so dark? Oh, this light burned out? No, it's not out. I don't know. I'm just in the dark. Now let's grab a spare flashlight and a few full batteries. 10 batteries should be plenty. Totally overkill, in fact, but better over than under. And then a full flashlight. All right, if there's anything else that you think I have overlooked, let me know. Did I bring spare gas? I will be, yes. I do have a 5-gallon jug in the trunk right now. There's also the possibility of bringing an entire generator. but I don't think I'm going to have the weight. No, I'm not going to have the weight for that. Unless I put more things in bags, but I don't have enough bags for that. So... This is also a pretty good packing list if you are surviving on the move in Zomboid of the things that you would want. Essentially food, water. I'm going to want a tent for possible shelter. I do have a bunch of bandages and medical supplies. It was one of the first things I did pack. Where would be my tent? Here it is, tent kit. It's not the most comfortable, but it'll have to do. I will take a spare metal pipe in case my lead pipe breaks. I'm gonna bring just spare gloves. It's the only spare clothing I'm gonna bring, only because hands are the most likely thing to get damaged when fighting zombies that you would want the coverage immediately. It's pretty rare that, like, gloves will actually stop stuff, though, but whatever. I'm doing it anyway. A little bit of bite and scratch. Because every other body part that you have, more or less, has multiple layers, multiple things that a zombie would have to, like, scratch or bite through in order for you to get hurt. And leather gloves are the only coverage on the hands. So if you take a look at protection here, well, that's not true. But zombies aren't going to destroy my boots. That's just not likely. Oh, I think this... No, that's still on. I don't know. So if you take a look, shins are not heavily guarded because it's pants and socks, but at least it's pants and socks. My neck's not heavily guarded, but it is the duster that I have on and my scarf. And then the hands is just the gloves I'm wearing and nothing else. So if the gloves fail, you're in a bad way. Obviously you need metal plate gauntlets. Yes. Or entire suit of, like, medieval plate armor, and you'd be immortal to zombies. I guess they could crush you. Okay. I think that about covers it, other than spare gas. So I'll get the gas in there in a sec. Let's check the vehicle maintenance, see if it's in good condition. So the light bar is a little broken, the driver's seat is a little damaged, but that's it. Everything else is in good enough condition that I'm not really worried about it failing. What's the gas situation? It's nearly full. And it's a pretty... It says a small tank of gas, but it holds a lot of gasoline. You'd never outrun a horde in full plate? No, you wouldn't. You would not. Well, it depends on who you are. If you're an absolute monster, maybe you could. Alright, so... a few spare gas cans. I don't know how many are going to fit. Probably just 2. A horse. Yeah, horseback. Bobby B wouldn't run from them. This is a pretty complete list. One... Oh, I have enough for 1 more gas can. Almost 2, actually. If I take a few of the things that are in my trunk and move it to the glove box, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just put in 1 more gas can. Hey, a donation! And as you all probably know, I never have that overlay up. Thank you, Bear. At least I realized it really quick and brought my overlay up. You're still watching Black Lake Settlers? Sweet. I could probably blame a little bit of my male pattern baldness on Black Lake and how absolutely stressful it was to play. I don't think the game... RimWorld's not really designed to go up to the numbers that I achieved Of course, you could go harder, but, you know. Alright, so 1 gas can in the morning, and then maybe a fresh stew. So I am going to sleep and then back up, which is a different order of operation than I usually do. Yeah, it was hair pulling. Those that are not familiar, it was a YouTube series I ran where it was RimWorld, and the goal was to basically admit everybody that wanted to join the colony. And we had a lot of colonists. Like, too many to manage. Alright, so I've got food on the stove. I'm gonna load the last gas can up. Yeah, nice gunshot in my sleep there. Hey, K-Bub. Cheers. Yes, I was obliged to recruit downed enemies to Black Lake as well, which made it even harder, obviously. I did sort of try to kill as many people as wanted to join me. So I was attempting to mass slaughter everybody that ever raided me. But it got obnoxious, where, like, I would have raids where... And this is pre-royalty, so there was no sidecast. I'd have raids where it was like, oh, yeah, they have, like, 6 Doomsday Launchers. That's cool. It's like, how do you deal with that? That's not even... It's not a quantity that the game even really allows you to address. But that's what it was. Alright, the remaining space that I have... actually, you know, Melted Ice Cream is bored and unhappy. Ash here is not a man of taste. So, current project is go on a road trip. Come on, just finish. Cruzio, I would actually disagree with you there on that front. I would say that my current Frost and Fire series is even more benevolent, as I don't harm really anyone that is organic. By design, but yeah. Just us versus the robots. Alright, Mr. Ashley, it's road trip time. We are all set. I have no idea what the weather reports are. Maybe before heading on a road trip, I should have figured out the weather reports. But, nah. Oh, the other thing I'm going to want before I leave proper is 2 spare light bulbs for headlights. In case I smash into enough things that I no longer have headlights, it's going to be important for me to see where I'm going. I also want to switch generators to try to keep the base going. Yeah, I'll bring 4 light bulbs. Be good, base. Don't burn down. Keep in mind that if I don't return before the generator goes to 50% maintenance, actually, it's going to run out of fuel before it ever goes into critical maintenance where it could explode, because of the amount that I'm drawing from it. Yeah, we're on a bit of a holiday road trip. So, here's the plan. I am going to leave the highway heading southbound, which is further than I've ever traveled. This is going to be taking the cake. I'll also turn on the... No, actually, let me turn off the heater here, because I'm pretty well bundled. If I turn on the heater, I'm going to cook. How to zoom out like this? Mouse wheel. Mouse wheel back, zoom out. As you can see, the game gets a little chunky when you zoom out. So I tend to drive zoomed in a little bit more because the game doesn't respond very well when you're zoomed all the way out. I got in a near fatal car accident because I zoomed out too far. Isn't this road trip going to stress the game file? Yes. My game file is likely to... Oh, and I never backed up, so I'm going to back up once I hit the corner here. The game file is probably going to triple in size. From like 40,000 files to... God, I don't even know what it will become. But that's why when I share my save game file to all of you, if you want to play where I'm sort of leaving off, I will share the one before the road trip. So the save game file is manageable. Right now it's 37,594 files, large. And it is approximately 500 megabytes or so. I should bring my sports car with me. My sports car is not drive-worthy. It's a hunk of junk. It's one of those rotted up, jacked up on bricks cars that sit in people's driveways for a decade. All the while, they keep telling them, next time I win the lottery, I'll buy the replacement parts. They say for 10,000 days in a row until, of course, the car is fully rusted and becomes a mantelpiece of their yard. Does this sound familiar? Because I have had so many neighbors like that. Alright, the backup is almost done. Are the tires inflated? Whether they are or not, doesn't really matter. I have a tire pump in my trunk. Alright, so this is a main stretch of highway that I'm going to be traveling to for quite some time. We will be hitting a intersection, a four-way intersection eventually. Hey, Magic Hippie. Thanks for the resub. Looking forward to another 10 months? Me too. Me too. I gotta drive carefully. I have never been this far southwest. As short of a drive as I have taken, this is as far as I've ever gone southwest because of the previous restrictions to never leaving Westpoint or Valley Point. Because technically we're not really in Westpoint or Valley Point anymore. Hey, Dozen D. Thanks for the resub as well. How are you doing? Bingface asked, did I pack the sledgehammer? Why, of course I did. Why, of course I did. It's in the trunk. Trusty trunk. While we're on this road, let's listen to some beautiful weather reports. Oh, you know, the emergency channel was never programmed in. Edit preset. Or add preset. Lovely weather channel. And that would be 96 megahertz. Save. Tune in. Lovely weather chan? Oh, that does not abbreviate well. Also keep in mind that the weather channel, the emergency channel, changes from save game file to save game file. Oh, gross. Nom. So it's not going to be 96 megahertz for you, unless it's, I don't know, 1 in 100 chance of that happening, or however many channels there are. Another thing that I realized I could do while we're here is light bar. Beep boop, beep boop. Light bar during the day isn't really going to significantly piss off zombies. It's during the night that it would. Activity in Sector 27. Tombolo, thanks for the resub as well. Heavy snow? What was that? What did that say? I was not paying attention. Oh, well. Oh, heavy cloud. That's what it was. Just cloudy. Cloudy with a chance of zombies. And some rain/snowfall. So this is the four-way intersection that I was talking about. Here is the intersection that is southwest of Westpoint if you're trying to follow me. So here is map. Magic Hippie, by the way. Woo! Thanks for the gifted subs as well. So we, on the left, will have Milan's used cars, and Spiffos on the right will have bargain clothes and the gas and go. And then I am going to continue until we hit a sort of a T section up ahead. But as you can see, this intersection here is a little busy. I'm just driving slow so you can see around. Here, let me turn off the radio. What light bar do you guys... Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Hey, you. Screw you in particular. Let's see. We have the side-to-side, the triple flash, and the back and forth oscillation. I like the oscillation. I don't know. How about you all vote? How's that sound? A very strange thing to pull. Light bar? Option 1, option 2, option 3, or off. Up to you. So this is option 3 right now, the oscillation. And then the triple blink. Boop, 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 boop. It's like SSS, 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 or SSSS, you know, in Morse code. Or the just back and forth slow blink. Or off is always an option too. So if only it could blink SOS. Oh. So we're having some traffic problems. I'm gonna have to... This tree is this... There we go. So at this corner here, it is a bit of a trailer park. It's a trailer park to my southeast, and to my southwest, it's a trailer park and picnic area and diner. So just so that you know, I like how even when the game is paused, the light bar is like, yeah, wait, hold on, let me, light bar, woo, woo. That doesn't blink as much as I thought it would. Little bit of traffic here. Just nudging the cars out of my way. Minimal damage to myself. So, at this stretch, we are going to drive straight until the road forks left, and that will actually bring us to Muldrog. We will be driving through downtown Muldrog, or Muldrow. I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce it. I, quite honestly, do not care. But, hey, twinsies! Hey, buddy! You sure look sad. Oop. Well, you sound more sad. And already, I bet my save game file has like near doubled in size. When I drive, wow, Jesus! When I drive past next town, it's gonna be even worse. Man, look at the inconsiderate parking job of all these zombies. So the burned out gray cars can't be nudged very easily, as they are not, they don't have wheels or anything. They're kind of a little bit more stationary than the ones that still have their color. Either way, I don't want to do too much damage to this car to maroon myself, because it's not likely that I'll find a good replacement car with a large trunk and a fuel tank and all that. Plus, stopping here would be pretty terrible, because I am surrounded by zombies. Alright, option 3. Light bar number 3. You have won. So another reason I had the rule of don't leave Westpoint is, or Valley Point, is really any other town that I would ever travel to. It would take a considerable amount of time, so it would be only something that you would do if you aren't planning on making a return trip anytime soon. Driving from Westpoint to Muldrow is a good 20 minutes of actually in-game driving. Even if you like cleared the entire roadway, it would still take you a while because they're not that close. Our destination, I haven't really said. I sort of confirmed with Glitch, so Glitch can tell you what it is. But I'm not even 100% certain I know where I'm going. I'm just driving. It's a road trip. So now that we've turned left here, pretty shortly thereafter, we are going to hit... we're going to go straight through Muldra. And after we get through Muldra, there will be another four-way intersection where we take a right. We're headed to Chuck E. Cheese. I have a funny story about Chuck E. Cheese. When I was a kid, my younger brother had a bit of a lisp, and we're in like a Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, and he was begging my mom that he wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese's, but his lisp and the fact that he was like a toddler, it sounded like Baby Jesus. And then two old ladies came up and they were like, "Oh, it's so nice that your kid wants Baby Jesus." My mom was like, "What?" She didn't know what to say because it was just such a strange thing. "I want Baby Jesus." Said no baby ever. So if you ever want to settle in Muldra, this little warehouse is a pretty decent one. It comes with its own wall. It has a stairwell to the roof. It's a nice flat roof. And then the warehouse on the second floor, it has its own second floor. So it's a really nice spot if you like Muldra. Muldra is far and above the largest city. I feel like I'm a tour guide. Muldra is the largest city in Kentucky in Project Zomboid. It comes with a sizable population and a whole lot of little jerks that will try to bite you. And that guy with a spear through his chest. So now we're in sort of northern Muldra, and this is the mall strip. So on your left, here, let me continue tour guiding. On your left, you will find we have just passed the large warehouse of Muldra. Next up will be the garages and the car repair shop. After that, the all-you-can-eat buffet, where you are the only menu item. The burger and laundromat follows thereafter, with pile o' crepes, more like pile o' craps, but hey, that's just mine. Then we have the Zippy Mart, the Spiffos, the Knox Paint, the Fosso gas station, and the Sun Star Hotel, a destination that is very fun to light on fire. After that, the Adult Education Center, which sounds about as exciting as one could imagine. After that, the elementary school full of little biters. That was also true before the apocalypse, but that remains to be seen. The abandoned restaurant. After that, the Pizza World, Tattoo 42, the Greens Grocery, full of zombies, the bookshop, the mall, and then eventually a restaurant, diner, and the gas and go to leave you ready for a road trip. There you have it, a full tour of the western edge of Muldra. How many zombies am I gonna hit? Toot, 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 toot. Another really good POI, if you're in Muldra, is this path to my right leads you to the lumberyard, the McCoy's Lumber Co., where you can find wood axes pretty reliably, you can find sledgehammers pretty reliably. It is a very, very, very large facility that is somewhat remote, so it makes for a very large base if you're playing multiplayer. Oops, one zombie. This is like reverse bowling. Man, if there was a bowling league where hitting no pins and you'd win, I would be amazing. So here's this intersection right now is to the right, brings you to the lumber mill, and then also a construction site. And then if I went left, that just brings me down to like sort of downtown Muldra. So here's the Sunstar Motel. Probably full of duckies, but I've got 10 duckies in the trunk, so I'm not going to stop for this. Although my dude here definitely wants a smoke after going through there. Oh, hey, cop buddy. Yo, Zom, get out the way. Ooh, you have a duffel bag. All right, so now we're getting to the southwestern edge of town. Here's the pizza world that I had mentioned. We're going to have some motels and... oh, bother. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of avoiding unnecessary vehicle damage. So here is the Green's Grocery. Full of rotted produce at this point. And further we go, we've got a little motel and diner, and then the gas and go, which would be the last thing I pass on my left. And then we're headed out of town. Uh-oh. Out of the road! So here is the diner, and then the gas and go would be, I believe, this driveway. Let me check. Yeah, definitely this driveway. I don't think we're stopping for gas, though. The locals are very, very fussy about who gets to fill their tanks. One thing to note is because I'm loading these cells for the first time, the amount of debris at the side of the roads is definitely a minimum. As you can see, there's not a ton of plant growth on the shoulders of the road, unlike Westpoint, which is completely overgrown because it has had 5 months of active growth, whereas here it is just a 5 o'clock shadow, comparatively. All right, so now we're heading out of town. We are past Muldra, and we are going to be heading to what is called Crossroads. And once I get to Crossroads, I'm going to go straight and then take my next right, which is not going to be for a while because it is pretty far. Yes, this is the famous Kentucky hospitality. I wouldn't know. I haven't spent significant time in Kentucky. And I know I've, in the past, in the stream, I crapped on Kentucky a few times, and people in the comments took offense, and it's like, look, I am happy to crap on my own home states and all the states that I've ever lived in. Kentucky ain't exempt from, you know, insults. I insult everywhere. Everywhere I've ever lived, I've hated, more or less. Oh, not another roadblock. No place is perfect. Grass is always greener, right? Who the heck parks like that? Come on, man. This highway reminds me of that that picture of the snowstorm in North Carolina with all the burning cars. Like, yep, they all forgot how to drive in the snow, so kablam! They're on fire. How's my water doing? So 1 water bottle down to about a third. Everyone deep down knows their state is sucky. Yeah, they just, you know, it's like your own family. Only you can be the one to insult it. Your friends can't insult your family. You know, that's a cheap shot. All right, it is 5 p.m. Another thing that I'm gonna have to consider is I want to find a place. I'm gonna turn off my my little light bar. I'm gonna have to find a place that will be decent for me to sleep, right? Because it's getting late in the day and I haven't gotten to my destination. I think I know where I want to sleep, but we'll find out. Cowley, thanks for the resub as well. 21 months. Damn. Salute to you, sir. This stretch of road is pretty peaceful. I am sure, without a doubt, if I shot a shotgun here, the placidity of this area would be ruined almost immediately. Buzz Gothic, thanks for the follow. Welcome. As someone from Kentucky, feel free to insult it. Yeah, I mean, I myself was born in a deep south state, which is the butt of many news laughing at it. So I'm right there with you. Another thing I might need to do a little earlier is a full restart of the game, because as I'm exploring more and more of the city, let me check my memory right quick. Yeah, it's hogging. It's not hogging a ton of memory, but Project Zomboid doesn't handle memory all that well. Give puppies a treat. So, unfortunately, I forgot to fill the treat bowl. Give me 1 second. I'll put Yoda on. Alrighty. Yoda got a treat, and Tusk has just joined me because of the T word. The T word is a dirty word in this household. Okay. Onward we go. So I don't think I've hit the crossroads yet. Tusk, really? What do you use, this a dine and dash? Get over here, girl. Up. Summoned. Hi. Hello. You're gonna make Daddy have a car accident. If you stay there, I'll give you more. Hey, there's zombies. I was starting to get lonely, but nope. I've got some friends. Hi, puppy. I've already passed the crossroads? Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, once I hit the next intersection, it should be more obvious where I am. You like this. What about you, Yoda, huh? You getting jealous? What are you even looking at? Was that like a 1,000-yard stare? What, have you seen the war? PTSD there, little buddy? Alright, it's getting dark. You can see why I wasn't all that concerned about spare fuel, right? We're still plenty of fuel. I was just testing my brakes. Something to always do when you're driving in the snow. Take it from someone that grew up in a very snowy region. Ah, here we go. So, we've hit the roadblocks, right? Where are the roadblocks? I'm trying to find the roadblocks on the map so I can place where I am. So, Muldra. Where are the roadblocks? I'm very confused right now. Huh. You found a star system called Wendigo in Star Sector and you just noped? Alright, so this is edge of map. I've gone too far. It's cool your dog is named Yoda. Your dog is named Vader. Well, I don't know. I guess Vader... bye-bye, Yoda. He has the power of flight. I guess Vader didn't die an antagonist, technically. But I always worry about people that name their pets after antagonists rather than protagonists. Like the twist at the end. Well, all right, spoiler for Game of Thrones if you haven't seen it and you've somehow lived under a rock. Like everybody that named their kid like Daenerys or Khaleesi. Twist! Yep, she's the antagonist. It's like, and you have to live with that stupid name for the rest of your kid's life and nothing will legally change it. So, good job. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, which originally aired live on Twitch. The series has since ended, but if you would like to leave feedback in the comments below, feel free to do so. If you're wondering if Project Zomboid will ever make a return to the channel, that's up to my viewers. Periodically, I post polls on Rhadamant.com and the announcements section of my Discord, the link can be found in the comments, about what games to play. And sometimes Project Zomboid makes it to that list, so if you would like more Project Zomboid content, I highly advise you to sign up for the announcements on Discord. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you next episode or a stream of some other game. Farewell.